Good morning, Kasturians, and welcome to video 1 of chapter 2 of Geography, Natural Resources, Land, Soil and Water, in which we will continue with our discussion on natural resources. And in this chapter we will study about the important natural resources, first land, then soil and then water, and the ways to conserve water. So let's start. We all know that natural resources are the gifts of nature, that is, the materials which are present in our surroundings, which are provided to us by nature. Now, how they become resource? When we know the technique how to put these things, these available things from our surroundings into our use with the help of available technique, knowledge and skill, then such natural materials become natural resources. And the primary one which we see in our surroundings is the land. Now land is around 29% of the total surface area of earth. It is one of the most important gift of earth, of nature. Why? Because it is on this land that we can grow crops, it is on this land that we can construct buildings, it is on this land that we can construct godowns for keeping our products safe, it is on this land that we lay the railway lines, we construct roads and we construct airports. So the means of transportation, the means of livelihood, agriculture and the place to live, they are all requiring land as the primary input to being into real. So land surface is not the same everywhere on the earth. So all parts of the land are not useful or nor habitable. So because of this reason, the population distribution is not the same, it is uneven. And the land area which we can put to use, as we have just told, that we can construct houses, we can construct different buildings, we can construct railway lines, we can lay down railway lines, we can construct airports and we can construct metalled roads on the land surface. So that's why these different uses to which the land can be put is defined as the land use pattern. And the utilization of land depends upon various physical, economic and human factors. The physical factors includes the relief features, that is the geographical location, the climatic conditions, the soil, the land tenure, technical knowledge or the skill of the people, and the duration of the particular occupation which is to be carried out on that particular piece of land for a specific time period. So all these factors, they have created and developed different types of land use, and these land use patterns are different in different parts of the world. The amount of land which is used for a specific purpose, it varies from one region to another because of the relief features as well as the tenure, that is the time period, the slope of land, climatic conditions, the thickness of the soil cover on that piece of land and the nature of rocks and minerals. Also along with this, the availability of water is the deciding factor in the land use pattern to be determined in a particular area. In addition to this, the location of the place and its accessibility with other nearby regions also affect the land use. Now we will see the different classifications of land. On the basis of ownership, we can have two types of land forms, that is the private ownership land or the community ownership land. The private holdings of land according to the need of the land owner is put in the category of private ownership of land. On the other hand, The community land is mostly used not by a single person, it is used by the entire community for the purpose of community welfare. Like we have grazing grounds, so not a single farmer gets his cattle grazing on that piece of land. In fact, all the shepherds, all the cattle rearers, they can take their cattle for grazing in such grounds. Such community land is also known as common property resource, and in some areas the people they also start encroaching on community land and they start misusing, which is not a good practice for the society. The number of people, due to the rise in population, the number of people again and the demand for land use pattern is increasing. Therefore it is becoming necessary to get maximum benefits from land, and for this three factors are considered for making the land use plan. First is the nature and quality of land, second is the need of the community, and third one is the proper planning of land to be put into proper use. Now the cultivation of land, which is very important because it is due to this agriculture practice being done on land that we are able to get the food, and in fact some of our industries are also dependent upon agricultural production for getting the raw material for their product. So the cultivation of land, it depends upon the relief features, the fertility of soil, the availability of water, and the needs of people. So with this discussion, it can be concluded that the land being an important but a limited resource, it needs to be well planned, and since it is the resource which can be put to multiple uses, that's why the problem arises. Also being limited in number and due to increasing demand resulting from a constant rise in population has made us to think about conservation of land resources. Now conservation, we will see how we can conserve our land resources. It is with proper land use plans, and for this what can be done? The further spread of deserts can be checked. The adoption of new innovative and scientific techniques, conserving the soil and forests, providing irrigation facilities, and increasing the use of manure and chemical fertilizers. Also by practicing afforestation and land reclamation, and by checking overgrazing, the land forms which are existing today can be conserved and can be put to different uses for our future generations. That's all we have in this video. Thank you and have a nice day.